Hi everyone, we all want to figure out how to make life a little less chaotic, right? Because let's be real, we are all kinda tired. So today we are talking about something we could all use more of: simplicity. How do we strip away the unnecessary stress and just make life easier? So let's talk about some practical methods to simplify your life, because who needs the extra stress? Sometimes do you feel like you're just collecting stuff, clutter, commitments, mental baggage, and for what? Life is already complicated enough. We want things to be simpler, less stress, less clutter, less overthinking, and less chaos, to make things more manageable. But where do we even start? I'll break down some super practical ways to simplify your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, all of it. And I'll share some real life examples, so this isn't just nice advice, but something you can actually do. Before we get into details, if you're new here, take a second to click on that subscribe button below so that you do not miss out on my future videos. Simplifying life isn't about doing less of everything. It's about focusing on the right things. What is overwhelming you the most? Is it your schedule? Is it your mind? Do you have a browser with like 57 tabs open? First, let's talk about decluttering, both physical and mental. So first up, your environment. Because if your space is messy, your brain feels messy too. You feel overwhelmed. If my kitchen counter is full of random mail and receipts from like 3 months ago, I can feel the stress. Declutter your space. When you clear the clutter, your mind will follow. Start small. Just pick one area, your desk, your car, your junk drawer, and clear it out. You will be amazed at how much better you feel. For instance, your nightstand. Clear off the random books, tangled charger cords, and empty coffee cups, and suddenly you feel lighter. It is like a mini reset for your brain. And if you are struggling, ask yourself, do I actually need this? Or is it just taking up space? If it's the latter, bye. Yep, less clutter is less stress. Just simple math. Once when I wanted to declutter my closet, I got overwhelmed. There were some items that I knew I definitely wanted to keep, but some others I was very undecided about. It was hard to decide what to give away, throw away, or keep. And then I decided to take baby steps. Instead of dumping everything out, I picked one category. First, just shoes. Or you could do all t-shirts, for instance, or whatever. One category at a time was much more manageable and gave me enough time to say bye to my stuff I was used to having around, instead of all at once, like many of your stuff from your closet just being gone. But then I started doing it regularly, eliminating the things I don't use much and giving away to people who actually need them makes me feel good. But how do you know what to keep? So I ask myself, do I actually wear this? Does it make me feel good? Is it something that I wear in different occasions? Do you have those go-to clothes that, that it will be comfy or suitable for several situations? And then some other clothes you rarely wear? I'm not talking about a nice expensive dress or a tuxedo you wear when you attend a wedding. That kind of clothing is also something you rarely wear unless all your friends are single and every month you attend a wedding. But so I'm talking about more casual clothes, but you either don't like its color or style much and don't wear it much, so donate or toss those clothes if you want to clean up your closet. And if you're stuck, I will tell you something which really helps me and could help you too. Put it in a maybe box and revisit in a month. If you haven't touched it, you don't need it. Okay, now your closet feels lighter, but your schedule Is your to-do list a never-ending monster? Then you need fewer commitments. What can you say no to? If you hate saying no, if you feel bad, think of it this way. Saying no to things that drain you means saying yes to more peace, more energy, and more time for what actually matters. So prioritize the things that actually matter. You could try the rule of three. Each day, pick three main things to focus on. Anything extra is a bonus. It stops you from feeling like you have to do like 100 things at once. That will make things feel more manageable. Stop saying yes to everything. Seriously, overcommitting is the fastest way to make your life feel like a never-ending to-do list. Yeah, and we do it because we don't want to disappoint people. But guess what? You are allowed to not do things. You don't have to say yes to every invite, every favor, every extra project at work. And if no feels too harsh, try I would love to, but I can't right now, or I don't have the bandwidth for that. Yes, set those boundaries, protect your peace. Future you will thank you. I had a coworker who used to always say yes to helping out at work, even when it meant staying late. It got to the point where people expected him to take on extra tasks. One day, he finally said, I actually don't have time for that. And you know what happened? People just adjusted. At first, they were surprised, but eventually they respected his boundaries. He was still helpful, just not at the expense of his own time and energy. Saying no doesn't make you selfish, as long as it is reasonable and not rude. It just means you respect your own limits. This applies to simplifying relationships and social life, social obligations too. Not every relationship needs to take up space in your life. Focus on people who bring you joy and support. So it's okay to distance yourself from draining friendships. Also simplifying plans. Meet up for a walk sometimes instead of just, stressing over elaborate outings. Sometimes you want to meet up with a friend, but you feel like your schedule is busy and planning a night out, picking the place, getting ready, all that work is too much sometimes, right? If you're tired, especially, or if your mind is really busy. But sometimes just meet with your friend for a walk. You both exercise and catch up with your friend, and you don't have to plan all those stuff which makes it harder. Okay, next up, uncomplicate your daily routine. If you hate making breakfast in the morning, get it ready as much as you can in the evening. If choosing an outfit stresses you out, keep a few staple outfits that you know work and rotate them. Decision fatigue is real, and the less you have to think about pointless things, the more brain power you have for stuff that actually matters. If you go to work every day, deciding what to wear every morning can be stressing you out, like standing in front of your closet and staring at your clothes, trying on like 5 outfits, leave a pile of clothes on the bed, and still feel like nothing worked. I mean, we ladies do this a lot, right? So if that's how you are, put together a few go-to outfits, your capsule wardrobe, and pick from those, and boom, less stress. This one is a tough one, but we gotta talk about it. Screen time. Social media notifications, random apps, it's too much. It's a classic. I'll just check social media real quick, and suddenly it's like 2 hours later. Been there. And listen, I'm not saying throw your phone in a lake, but be mindful. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad, that are not doing any good, not teaching you anything, not bringing any value. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Do you really need to be alerted every time someone likes a post? And maybe, just maybe, put your phone down before bed instead of doom scrolling. Even limiting screen time before bed can help. Less scrolling, better sleep. Maybe you could start charging your phone across the room. That way, when you get into bed, you can't just reach for it. Maybe you will read a book instead. Even setting app limits or having phone-free hours can make a huge difference. Your brain needs a break. And you do not need to reply to every text immediately. Unless it's something important or urgent, it's okay to take your time. Try a phone-free morning, even just 30 minutes. Instead of scrolling first thing, stretch, journal, or just sit with your coffee, tea, or for me, warm lemon water. Last but not least, prioritize what actually matters to you. Because simplifying your life isn't just about having less, it's about making room for the stuff that counts. Yes, ask yourself, what do you actually care about? What is or who is actually good for me? And then focus on that. A friend of mine had this realization. She was always too busy to work out, cook at home, or even call her grandma. Then she realized she had time. She was just spending it on things she didn't actually care about, like binge watching random shows or saying yes to social events she didn't even enjoy. Yep, I talked to her about this because I knew she wasn't happy with, the situation. So she started cutting out the unnecessary stuff and making time for what actually matters to her. Now she works out like a couple times a week, eats better, and actually keeps in touch with her grandma. Win-win. And that's the key. Simplifying isn't about deprivation. It's about freedom. The goal isn't to just do less. It is to do more of what makes you happy. Okay, let's talk food. Cooking every day might be exhausting for many people, and you might be ending up ordering takeout too much. But if you want to eat healthy, homemade food for the most of the week, then what are you going to do? Meal simplifying is the key. Pick a few easy go-to meals, stuff that's healthy but quick. Whenever you do not feel like cooking something that needs a lot of preparation, effort, and time, make those quick but healthy meals. Prepping meals in advance help too. Even just chopping veggies or pre-cooking proteins saves so much time. Or, go super simple. Have staple ingredients on hand so you can throw meals together fast. When it comes to money and simplifying finances, automating everything you can, like bills, savings, even small transfers to a savings account, save a lot of time and puts things in perspective. You could set up an auto transfer, like certain amount every week, for instance. You won't even notice it, but over time, boom, savings. But what about daily spending? I like the 24 hours rule before impulse buying. Try it. If you still want it the next day, go for it. If not, you just saved money. Let's talk about some household hacks and chores. Cleaning feels like a never-ending job. How do people keep their homes tidy without spending hours? This is what I do, the 5-minute rule. If something takes less than 5 minutes to clean, I do it immediately. No build-up. It saves a lot of time in the end and provides peace of mind. For instance, create a simple cleaning schedule. Instead of deep cleaning everything at once, do one small task per day. Laundry one day, vacuum the next. I understand some days, you might want to just get it all done. But the other days, you don't really feel like doing it. This method really helps in those situations. But how do we keep things simple long term? How do we do the mind shift and keep it simple in every area of life? Yeah, so this is a mindset shift. The goal isn't to do everything perfectly. It is to make small, lasting changes. Here is the one golden rule, answering this question in your mind. Does this add value to my life? Is this good for me? If not, let it go. Whether it's stuff, commitments, social media, or even toxic relationships. And remember, progress over perfection. Life doesn't have to be complicated. Alright, so let's wrap this up with a challenge. Pick one thing from this episode and actually do it. Declutter your space, say no to something, turn off notifications, whatever feels right. Simplifying life isn't about giving up what you love, it's about making space for what truly matters. Try one small change at a time and see how much lighter, freer, and happier life feels. Okay, that's it from me for today. If you found this video helpful, give it a like so more people who might need to hear this can see it. And don't forget to share it with a friend who could benefit from these tips. Bye for now.